Now that we have seen the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween Ends mask, it's time to take a look at the Michael Myers evolution. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, so starting off, we're going to have to start with the original Halloween, released in 1978. Here's a look at the Trick or Treat Studios mask. As you can see, this mask is a very clean looking mask. It is based off the movie, which in the movie, Michael obtains his mask for the first time from a hardware store. For those of you who don't know, Michael Myers' mask was based off of a Captain Kirk Star Trek mask, and what they did for shooting was shave the sideburns, open up the eye holes, and basically stain their hair and paint the entire mask white, giving Michael Myers his signature look. But as for the Trick or Treat Studios model, it is very screen accurate. There were two masks made for this film from Trick or Treat Studios. This is the original Halloween 78 mask. The other one is one simply titled the Boogeyman mask. And I believe, I'm not entirely sure about this, but I believe it is a mask that better fits more scenes in that movie that the original mask didn't quite look like. Although I could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure what the Boogeyman mask is, but it seems to be a thinner version of this mask. But anyway, as you can see, this mask is fresh, it's brand new, there is absolutely no damage, no withering, no nothing. As we will move up the list, you will clearly see how Michael Myers' mask just completely, nearly disintegrates with every single movie, especially in this new David Gordon Green trilogy. Each film seems to just add more and more, but as of right now, this is where it begins, in the Halloween 78 mask. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this mask. It's a very nice sculpt, and I really like it. I'm hoping to obtain all of these masks one day and do a massive comparison video where I compare all these masks against each other and just see how Michael Myers changes. But that's it for 78. Let's move on and jump 40 years to Halloween 2018. Here is the Halloween 2018 mask. As you can see, the main difference between this one and the 78 mask is obviously the aging. It has been a total of 40 years between each of these masks in the movie universe, not the Trick or Treat Studios masks. These were made about, I think, a couple years apart. I believe they used the exact same sculpt and just went off it, or they could have completely made a new mask. I'm not entirely sure, but as you can see, the detail on the weathering is just amazing. It is safe to say that this mask in the universe of Halloween was kept somewhere in a police storage locker, therefore the harsh elements did not quite get to it. Therefore the mask has sustained its shape. However, it does look significantly different with this new. The scratches are more prone, the face looks more gritty, and is nowhere near as smooth as the original. This mask for a long time was my favourite, right up until the latest release from Halloween Ends. I just love how the mask that Trick or Treat Studios has made, it just looks so good. The detail is amazing as well. But as you can see, the mask has aged significantly, and I think it's done in a very realistic way. The hair also looks very aged, and it's done in a realistic way, not like half of it missing or something. But I do think this mask is awesome. Especially for the release of Halloween 2018, it was so good to see Michael Myers in the modern era of horror films, I guess you could say. And this mask for the film was just amazing. Seeing Michael put it on out of the news reporters' cars, they were awesome. And it just really kicked off that film. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the 2018 mask. The main difference is the aging. It looks very old, but it's done very realistically. This will all soon change in the next mask, which will be the Halloween Kills mask. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. And here is the Halloween Kills mask. As you can see, this is where Michael really starts to get battered, basically. The mask has sustained its first major event, which would of course be the Laurie Strode house fortress fire. Michael gets locked in the basement of Laurie's house and is set on fire. As it turns out, here's a mild spoiler for Halloween 2018, but hopefully you've seen that film by now. But basically, Laurie's house was a massive fortress that was intended to trap Michael Myers and set him on fire. And it seemed to work. As you can see, the entire left side of his face is completely devoted to this fire effect. I managed to get this mask in person last year, and it just looks amazing. I love how good the burning effect looks. At first, I was hesitant to buy this one because I thought the burning effect might look very different and not as screen accurate, but luckily the one I got was actually very screen accurate and it looked really awesome. I've also made a review here on the channel if you want to check that out. But the main difference between this mask and the 2018 mask is of course the flaming effect. The flaming effect carries over the hair, it splits the entire mask down the middle, and half of it is completely burnt. I really love this mask, I think it looks really awesome and scary. Especially during Halloween Kills, I found this mask to be rather threatening looking and more imposing than Halloween 2018. And that is why I love this mask so much. And as you can see, it has carried over the gunshot wound from the 2018 bloody version. But that is pretty much it for this mask. We will now move on to the next and most recent release from Trick or Treat Studios, the Halloween Ends mask, where Michael will undergo his very last sort of change in the David Gordon Green trilogy. So let's go ahead and check it out. And here we are at the Halloween Ends mask, and as you can see, this mask, it looks very different to the Halloween Kills mask. First of all, it has been another fairly large time passing. It has been 4 years since the events of Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, so therefore this mask is obviously aged a little bit more. But this time, its aging has significantly been sped up because Michael has now been dragging this thing around with him wherever he has been hiding. And that is why this mask looks so green and discolored, because it's probably been in a sewer somewhere. The main big difference with this mask is of course this awesome looking moulding effect, which has also taken over the left side of his face. Where the Halloween Kills burning once was, the burning has now seemed to just settle into the mask and become like part of it. This mould is sort of dominating Michael Myers' mask, sort of taking it over, which could possibly signify the end of Michael Myers, but we really won't know until the movie comes out. But to me, it definitely looks very tragic. I think it's been through so much, and this is the final result of all of Michael's fighting and all of the events that he's been through. All the murders have led up to this mask. This is by far my favourite out of the entire trilogy, or the Trick or Treat Studios masks in general. I just love how gritty it looks. It looks insane, really. Very badass looking mask. To me, I think this one possibly is the scariest out of all of them, although that could just be a preference of mine, because I think the way the mask is sort of falling apart looks more scary to me than perhaps the 78 version or the 2018 film. But yeah, I think this mask is just overall the best out of all of these. I will definitely be getting this one since it just looks too cool to pass. And also, I just found out today that the Halloween Ends butcher knife has also been released onto the Trick or Treat Studios website. There is a photo of it on my Instagram, by the way. And the knife, it looks insane. Like, it is rusty, which probably means Michael has stolen or kept the same knife from 2018 Massacre, and it's matching the mask. I mean, it just looks really rusty and horrible and old. It just looks so good. I cannot wait for the film. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this mask evolution video. Really hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you're all very excited for Halloween Ends, because I certainly am. Make sure to let me know what you think of all of the Trick or Treat Studios masks in the comments. Hopefully this won't be the last ever one we get. I highly doubt it. If there's a new movie that comes out, we're almost definitely guaranteed to get another mask. But for now, it seems like this might be the final Michael Myers mask. And I really can't complain because it looks sick. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.